Quick question.
We're going to go to order special and then just so you.
Yeah, just let me know, Karen.
Yeah. So Keith moved and Sherry second.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any discussion?
No.
Seeing none, in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Okay. Article 2, Carlos.
I'll move Article 2 is written.
Second.
This is, we met on February 8th, from the school department.
Tom Miller?
Tom Miller mentioned the other day.
There you go.
We went to South Shore Collaborative, and they went through the program, the advantages it will have for Marshfield students, and that it will essentially be revenue neutral. Money being spent in one will be spent in another, and they'll just open up, we'll join the existing 8 towns that are members. That'll be a really good thing for Marshfield.
Yeah, thanks, too. Any further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. All right. Article 3, which is, okay. All right, so this one here, and Michael, maybe, so
I'll
I'm
move
going to,
it.
thank you. Keith's going to move on.
I'll second.
Donnie second. Okay, discussion, so it's a senior, so this is unexpended money, so what are our options if not this?
There are no other options. It has to go to a light capital expenditure.
It has to.
Correct.
Okay. And so the senior center is completed?
Correct.
All right, and this is legal?
We just did this before,
Okay.
on different
I
projects.
mean, I think it makes sense because we're borrowing at a better rate than it would be down here, right?
1.9% actually.
It also, if you give it back to the taxpayers, it amounts to nothing. But you take the whole
Right.
and you can put it towards a late project.
I got you. Yep. Okay, any further discussion, questions? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Okay, Article 4 is the DPW with the Spring Street. You have one?
Okay, on the DPW articles, Sherry and I are going to meet with Tom Reynolds tomorrow. Now, this looks like it's a straightforward article, but,
If you want to mix all the DPW.
and we'll
that's
have
fine.
recommendations next Monday.
You probably have to put the night town meeting.
We're not getting together again.
Well, Tom, it's way
Well,
next week.
not next week, the week after.
Oh, okay.
The week after, so the week 18th I'm gone, but next week I'm around, so maybe Tuesday, maybe we get better digs than this, who knows?
What are you meeting with Tom?
Tomorrow, but then Kevin Cantwell will have to do that the night of town meeting for the CPC, because he's gone and you're gone.
Yeah.
So-
Well, see, maybe you can get Kevin on the phone and everything or something like that.
Well,
If
we'll
we can't, then we'll do it that.
He's
Okay, so
gone,
let's-
he's gone on vacation.
We'll see what we can do.
DPW was cut and dry.
Yeah.
So they meet with them.
Yeah,
You can vote the night of town meeting.
that's true.
And it won't take long. I mean,
Let's see what we do, let's see how we do today.
like this one, they need money,
Right.
and they gotta do the project, so.
And it's there.
All right.
Anyways.
Okay, okay, so we'll pass over the DPW articles and then we'll do here. Okay, Article 5, that's a Susan article. I move Article 5 is written.
Second.
Okay, discussion said, surprise people if people are opposed to the dog park right now due to change of location, but all the other dog parks have sailed through.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, this piece of land, if to that organization, who owns it?
It's town. The dog park's owned by the town. It will always be a town asset.
Okay,
It's
so,
not privately owned.
okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're only responsible for maintaining it and setting it up.
No, the Stanton Foundation, if they give us their 225, it's just a donation.
Yeah.
The town owns the land and has to maintain it in perpetuity.
See, when this was brought up originally, the dog park people were gonna maintain it, it wouldn't cost anything.
Well, they will, yeah, the Friends, but if they cease to exist, then it falls back to us.
And we're stuck with it.
Well, it's just like any other park, Peter Igo Park, any of the other parks that we own.
Dog parks,
Developed dog parks, so it's not like it.
yeah, the dog parks generally turn into landfill type thing.
No.
A lot of them do.
But this location is far better than the.
Yeah, it's a great location, yeah, so it's right between the Boys and Girls Club, the retirement community, and the ballparks, and the parking lot.
And the other one was up on that hill and.
That's hence the difference, I mean, the one that was terraced, because we had to terrace that land, that was $840,000.
Yeah, we saw that.
And this is, we could do this park for $500,000.
Yeah.
All right, is this going to be bundled with number 9 at all, which is the CPA dog park funding? Don, you know? Don makes it happen.
We can, if they're sufficiently related.
Well, the number 9 is the CPA for the dog park funding of 175. So is that 175 to the dog park people, Stephen Darcy, do they think 175,000 plus this, plus the 225,000, so now you're at 400,000, that's the number?
400, so yeah, it's 225, 175, plus 50 that they initially got, and about another 30,000 that the Friends of the Dog Park, so it comes out to about $500,000.
Yeah, I would like those, Con.
Okay.
5 and 9, okay.
I mean, so thank God for donations, because they've only been able to generate $30,000 themselves, correct?
Yes. Well, I mean, they do other things too, they just gave 20,000 to the shelter. They periodically give money annually to the shelter to buy things that the shelter doesn't have money for. Dog food, cat food, blankets, soaps, you name it.
All right, so what's the name of that organization? I thought it was just a dog park.
Friends of the
Friends of the Marshfield Dog Park.
Dog Park, thank you, Sherry.
Tom just going to mention, that
Yeah.
Susan's got number 5 and we
Yes.
have number 9, since they're going to be linked together.
Yeah.
And Johnny's
Well, we can,
Johnny's done some work on that dog park, just mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstained? All right. Number 6 is personal bylaws. I move Article 6 is written.
Second.
And this, Michael, this is just for the CRS coordinator.
Yes, so two things. So the beach administrator is now a full-time employee as opposed to a part-time employee, and the rest of her salary being overtime. So so there's a grade for the beach administrator with 13, and then we're adding the part-time CRS coordinator.
All right. Which stands for?
I'll think of it in a second. CRS is the coastal, it's the flood insurance. Coastal resiliency, thank you.
All right. Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Okay. Number 7 is a free cash article. Is this an annual article?
Yes,
Right? Is it typically 1.7?
twice a year we do free cash distribution.
And is 1.7 typically the number, or is it less than that?
Depends what we have.
I know
what our
change,
needs
but
are.
I just got curious, if like, it was like typically like 400, and then this is 1.7.
We just haven't had a lot of money the last couple of years.
Roll. Okay. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained? All right, article.
Are you looking for a meeting, ma'am?
Yeah.
Which one?
Can I come?
It's upstairs in the selectmen's chamber. You're welcome.
Yeah, they're giving out massages up there. Okay, but we got a toaster oven, we stayed on that.
Coffee maker and a microwave, but no one brought popcorn.
Kind of a wash, to be honest with you. Okay, Carlos, this is you.
Yep, I'll move Article 8 as written.
Have a second?
This is for a small, I believe, some size solar farm over at the fairgrounds. I have 3 questions, Michael, if you have them. Where on the lot is it?
It's the lower lot where they have the horse stable. So when you go in the road, like you go into the field, you get down out back where you would normally park, and they have the carports there.
How big of an area? More or less. Is it acres?
I would say probably an acre.
There's no impacts to existing operations?
No.
And what's the advantage of payment in lieu of taxes?
It's just so we can tax them. So without that agreement, you can't tax. So photovoltaic systems are taxable.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and so I've been to that lot before for like the limited contest, so it's carports, so just to be clear, so you can actually, so people will still park there, the solar panels.
Yeah, it's really nice, so you park under it, if it rains, your car's protected, if it snows, your car's protected. Sometimes they have lights, we're actually using those, we're actually doing carports, a part of the new police station, part of the DPW facility, part of the senior center, along with photovoltaics on roofs, etc., and on the cap landfill, things like that.
I guess we should have lights.
You'll be seeing more and more and more.
Okay, all
We're
right.
going to rain.
Thank you.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Okay, Article 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 will pass.
Well, Well, you want to do 10 or?
I don't know, I thought we were just passing over all the, did you, what do you want, was Mike Demiro going to be here?
He said he was, but
Let's table it, we'll go back and see if he shows up. All right. 14. Article 14 is the generators for the blizzard. I'm looking at my handwriting. Generators for the blizzard. So, what exactly happens with the generator? Oh, no. Move Article 14 is written. Have a second?
second, that's a DPW.
Oh, why do I have that? I actually have that, right? It's a special town meeting.
Okay, well-
All right, well, you know what, let's stay with that guy. I'm not sure why I have that.
I did get an answer for you tomorrow.
Look at that, good answers. All right, Article 15,
I move as written. Second. So this is to enable us to increase the fees for municipal lien certificates. We currently charge $25, which is probably one of the lowest in the states. Most of our neighbors charge $50. So this will, I think we'll increase to 50 with this and increases revenue by about 30,000.
all right. Question, so is the wording such that any fee could go forward?
Well,
without voting on it?
yeah, I believe so. I mean, I think the statute, accepting the statute allows us to adjust any fee. My understanding is the purpose of doing this is focused on
Municipal
municipal lien
lien.
certificate fee.
It can, it's a vote, though, the selectmen would have to make, that you just can't arbitrarily raise the fees, like a department head
Right,
couldn't go. They'd have to go to the select board
Selectmen.
and, you know, explain to them why this fee needs to be increased, and the select board would then have to vote for it. So it wouldn't be something, it just gives the town meeting the vote to adopt this article, so that then the board could, you know, instead of every time having to bring every individual fee to town meeting, the select board would make the decision.
Okay, I mean, I like the principle, I just said like unforeseen consequences. I'm like, well, when did that go up? Oh, there was a Monday meeting in November. that
Right,
we
yeah.
voted on, and you go, well, who showed up at that? Like, nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, this was back in 2001, so the town has lost a lot of revenue from not adopting this fee.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
change.
I get that part, it's just the other part, it's sort of like a sort of broad language to do that, but I guess, well, you know.
Yeah, it's
see how
the way it was
plays out.
written, I guess.
All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Article 16, so DPW, Article 17 is Susan,
16 is the select board.
Second select board.
Oh, you know, I gave it to, you know, on my thing, I gave it to the DPW crew, so that's why. So,
It looks like, what do you think? It's just like, we gotta do it,
Yeah,
right?
this is 3 million, so we have to borrow the 3 million to do the
let's
emergency.
move on, I move Article 16 is written.
And I'll second it.
Okay.
So we need to, Mr. Chairman, borrow the 3 million for the DPW so that they can make the emergency repair to the sewer line on Plymouth Ave and the forced sewer main. The sewer pipe exploded. They did a temporary fix. They had to, so there's 2 ways that they're gonna, I'm sitting in on the meetings, and
Right.
I can supply a little bit. So there's a problem getting pipes, so depending on the pipes that they can get, it can be lined, so they drag another pipe through the existing pipe there. They're gonna put a camera in to see, make sure that they can do that. and that's one option. The other option is to dig everything up, lay a new pipe, but in the meantime, you have to put temporary sewer. So you've seen other places, they run the pipes on top of the ground into people's homes, and they have to set the temporary sewer while they replace the main sewer area.
And how far back does that go from the theft? Is it just right in that triangle there, or is it?
It goes much further, that's what they have to take a look at, so, they're optimistic that the 3 million will cover, plus they're using some opera money for another piece of that.
Any further discussion on 16? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Okay. Article 17. That's the senior center revolving fund. Let's see. Oh, I moved Article 17 for.
Third.
That's fine. I mean, it sounds fine to me. You said they're serving lunch there, or they're?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, so they have a cafeteria that they serve, so this allows them on any of the fees that they charge be a revolving fund, so it helps them to be self-supporting.
Can anybody go in there?
Yes, yeah, I've had lunch there a few times already. The menu's not bad. In the morning, you can go there and get muffins, toasted bagels, eggs, fruit salad. Lunches, they have, basic ham and cheese, turkey and cheese, chicken and cheese, mac and cheese. One day I was in there, they have 2 or 3 different yeah, 2 or 3 different kinds of salads. At least once in the winter they had soups and coffee, tea, water, and sodas.
Very good. Any further discussion on 17? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? To the manual. All right, I move Article 1 is written.
Third.
All right, that's just the receipt of reports. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained? Article 2, I move Article 2 is written.
Second.
Do you want to talk about it here too?
Yeah, like, at some point.
I know.
We're spending millions of dollars on everything.
There hasn't been, to be honest with you, Keith, there hasn't been the appetite for the select board to want to raise their own fees, but we'll have a new, we'll see what happens.
It's not that I want to give them a raise, I just think it makes no sense.
No, they should be that, they're the executive branch of government, absolutely.
Maybe we should set everybody, even if it's only going a couple of bucks, that would be a way to do it for
Right.
next year.
We'll do a study, because I mean, to do it right, I did look into it a little, and I want to do a study, I want to, base it on the size of the budget, the population of the town, to have some comparables, and then look at what they paid and see where we fall within that.
I mean, when the assessors did it, it was one person who did it. It was to get insurance, he had no money, and it just threw everything out of whack. And I understand why we cut everybody's, because we were going through tough times.
Except they voted not to cut theirs.
No, I know.
Yeah.
One of the guys wasn't working,
No.
so.
What if we were to make the moderator like $4,000, and that would be the impetus for the select board to give themselves a raise, and making sure they would play more than
Sounds
you?
like a very good.
I'm just spitballing here, Doc.
I'll put town moderator up until last year, 92.
I'm up from 92.
Yeah.
That's a tall cut.
I think it's 3 dinners. Okay, further discussion on Article 2. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Okay, Article 3, that's Keith.
We've already voted it.
Yeah.
We've already voted that.
Well, individual.
Yes, I'll get, yeah. Gonna move Article 3, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There you go. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained.
Just remember, the total has to be.
Excuse me, Mike,
Yes, Mr. Moderator.
wasn't there a correction though that you need to
Yes.
make?
Yeah,
You need
it's
to
on the
do-
total, it's on the total.
We have to,
Right number is
Don't you guys?
106, 322.25.
yes, it was 4, but then you told us
Is
it
it
was
under
5.
DPW?
Around 5.
5, I got you. Okay.
Right, I got it.
So we need to revote?
So on town meeting floor, Mr. Moderator, I think we would need to
We did last week.
amend that on the floor.
Right, I just
Yep.
thought the advisory board needed to vote on the potential amendment.
They voted it the last week.
We did last week.
Yeah,
So
they
we had
did.
to-
We just voted tonight, that number, so the number, that's the number we're voting on is wrong. His amended number.
But we did vote on that after the joint meeting last
Yeah.
week.
You did.
We voted on this one, we voted on this number.
Can we,
Okay.
in the motion, can we put the amended number? So we don't have to go through this twice? Is that possible?
We're gonna, so I'm gonna make a motion, the moderator will recognize me to update the budget, I'm gonna make a motion that we increase the total budget appropriation request from 106,270,224 to 106,320,225, because we added $50,000 to the DPW maintenance, and that's the difference of the 50,000.
Perfect.
Do we need to adjust that total of the DPW total?
We already did, you guys voted
We
that.
voted it,
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be addressed.
It was just the total.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the total, right?
yeah, I'll just tell people why, because they say, why is there
Where is that?
50,000?
This article always gets questioned at town meetings. We don't have to bog it down with too many things. It's
Yeah.
easy.
It's easy.
I think. Oh, you might,
Yes.
this is really the longest article.
Okay, any further discussion on Article 3? Seeing that, I think we actually voted on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just trying to dot i's, cross
I
t's.
just should have told them the meeting was upstairs, yes. Article 4 is capital budget, we're going to pass over that. Article 5.
Wait a minute.
It's DPW.
Wait a minute.
It's not-
We never had a meeting capital budget. Are they gonna do something?
They voted all their articles. So
Okay.
this is all voted, as you see is what they voted.
Okay. Any reason they didn't show the joint meeting? Do you know, Michael?
No idea. Jack may have been away. He usually is the one that comes.
The Diane chairs at the meeting with Kevin Campbell, so they won't have that discussion until after our next meeting.
Right, that's fine.
But question, so
What do you got?
everything that's proposed in here, the funding is in place?
Yeah.
Yes, so the ones that you know that they voted on
Yeah.
are the ones that say in the funding source. If it has a funding source, that's what was voted. If it has no funding source and it's blank, that was not voted.
Yeah, that's the way it always is. So we're gonna vote to,
You wanna go tonight or?
We might as well wait, we're going to meet again, so
That's fine.
we'll just wait until we have some,
That's fine.
maybe there's a couple of things we want.
anybody got hope about?
I'll ask Jack to reach out to you, Mr. Chairman.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I move Article 5 as written. Give me a second.
Second.
All right, so the wrong front, so what is, I know we changed the threshold, and I'm not sure if that's a question that you guys behind me, right? So, because it looks like the beaches were at 222, 152, looks like the turf fields are getting up there. Do you know what the threshold is now?
It's a formula. It's a formula, if you look on page 11, table at the top, so you've got your carry forward ending balance, plus the first half of the year's receipts. You add those two together, that's the threshold.
Say this again.
So take your beginning balance
Yeah.
for 7/121 to 12/31/21 and add it to the receipts for the same period,
Yeah,
and that's your threshold. It's just a basic formula, and we apply it to all of them.
I'm trying to understand it.
no, I got it, I'm down with that, I can do that. Okay, any
That's by law, you have to set a threshold.
Right.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Okay, and we're over here, Article 6, we're going to pass over that, Article 7.
Well, this is a no-brainer.
Chapter 90, yeah.
Chapter 90.
I would wait if you're gonna do all this.
Yeah, but okay.
This is a question.
Article 7, as soon as I move Article 7 is written. Second by Keith.
Can
Yeah,
I
we
ask
got
another question?
Hey, man.
Michael, on Article 6, though, I was talking with Tom Reynolds, is this going to be amended too? Because weren't there some additional programs that,
The state, yeah, there is, I don't know if we'll get notification, but I don't know how quickly the state will get the money out, but the governor signed on Saturday, he signed a supplemental budget that had an additional, either, I forget now, 100 or 200 million that will be divided by the state with their formula.
right,
So we'll get some additional dollars, I just don't know how quickly they'll notify us. They also extended the outside seating for liquor and restaurant establishments.
so this could be
This could be amended on the floor, yes.
amended on the floor, that's what. Sorry.
Nope.
Okay, I moved Article 7 as written. We have a second by Keith. This is a housekeeping article for the local cable. Any further discussion? Seeing now, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Okay, there we go. This is why we got you on the board.
So much stuff.
Earn your money. All right.
Article 8, I move it as written.
All right.
Second. So this is adding an entry to enable for-profit educational use in the mixed-use development district. There's a proposal for a for-profit special needs facility that's going to go Proprietor's Way down in that area. So this will sort of enable that.
Any further discussion? You look like the next section.
So, for profit, so like a private, is it a company, is it a?
I don't have the details of the proposal, but yeah, I presume it's a.
It is a private company that's for profit for special needs. It's the Verakis, they approached the Verakis to build, they're gonna build to, if you're standing on the Boys and Girls property, looking up to where the original dog park site was, to the left is that big pile of dirt, it's gonna be built right there.
How, do you know anything about the facility, like is it a large number of student population?
It's not a huge building, but I would say, a few hundred kids, I would say.
Okay.
Just curious.
All right, that's fine. All good. Any further discussion? Article
I'll see
8?
if I can get more, Sherry, I'll see if I can
Thank you.
get.
We're just interested in
Yep.
that, so thank you.
All right. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Article 9.
I move as written. So the MGL Chapter 48, Section 3 actually requires this amendment. You can't have, you can't prohibit or even require a special permit for a child care facility in any district. So this just conforms our zoning bylaws to that requirement by allowing it permissibly used in all of our districts.
Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? All right. Carlos,
I'll move on to Article 10 as written.
have a second?
This is just to
I'll second.
process of change selectmen to select board, bylaws and other closing digits in the town.
And this, the only reason, Mr. Chairman, we're doing this is brought back because last year when we did the other 4 articles, this one didn't have a public hearing by the planning board, so we had to wait till it had a public hearing, and then now after this, we can officially change everything to select board or select person.
All right. So like these signs will change?
And that's correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Got some white up. All right. Okay. any
Actually,
further-
I don't think white out will work.
Actually, those are actually,
Blackout,
Black
blackout.
those are, you heat up and take the vinyl letters off.
There you go. All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? All right, Mark,
Article 11, I move as written.
have a second?
Second.
So this allows for an adjustment of the threshold for senior citizens exemption from property taxes. Right now, if someone over 65 has less than 20,000 income or 30,000 if they're married, and less than 40,000 assets not including their house, or less than 50,000 if they're married, they get a $1,000 exemption. This allows those thresholds I just mentioned to be adjusted each year along with the CPI.
Good stuff. Any further discussion? Okay. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? You can go in the pass number 12, number 13.
I'll move it as written. It is, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, we see, well, I
It's
tried to
the
divide
byman.
it. Did we have a second on 13? We did? All right, thank you, Carlos. Question, so does that mean there are lots available at these different?
So there's a very short, so you have to be deceased in order to get the grave. You can't buy more than one for just a deceased person. The reason they buy them back is until they're able to develop the next phase of the cemetery, which is to the right. This keeps them going by repatriating the graves that other people own that they haven't filled.
We do this every year.
Yeah, no, I was kind of curious, because like at Winslow Cemetery, do any plots ever become available there? Do you know that? It's just knowledge? Or?
I don't offhand, but, you know, places like that, Cedar Grove, all those different cemeteries, I'm sure that there are. But it's up to the people that own them if they want to sell them back.
Right.
This just allows them to sell it back and allows DPW to spend up to
Right.
$10,980 to buy some back.
But if they sell them back, then you can't buy the plots unless you're buying them for someone that's
So it's
deceased.
deceased, right? You can't go in and say, okay, you know, my father died, you know, I want to have, we're all going to be buried there, I'd like to buy 5.
Right.
We just don't have the bandwidth right now.
All right. Further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Okay,
I have a question on 14.
okay.
Why did we get it?
Well, because it was by John Cusick and it was snow and ice. Wait, I think it was not affected.
I think someone more with a
Dropping
legal
gloves.
background might be,
Well, it is, our town council said he's of dubious legality.
Correct.
So-
That's correct. There still will be a vote on it, but he's going to advise the town meeting.
so what, okay.
Tell you what, here's the deal, I'm gonna cross off DPW, I'm gonna write PS.
So let me do it.
I can do it.
I'm gonna write MF.
I'll MF it.
Mark 4.
Yeah, I'll connect with Bob.
He had said that he thought it was, and he didn't even understand the
I
word.
don't understand.
I understand it either. That's why I gave you Utah, so.
Well, okay, my work is
You know, maybe Tom can figure it out.
So if I, Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Yes, okay.
so the only comment I'll make on the article is that, just for a little clarity, I think what the petitioner is trying to do is, has this machination that money that's paid by the ratepayers is used at the benefit of the taxpayer. And when we use, so when there's a snowstorm, the DPW is responsible for clearing the roads. Town meeting does fund. Now, some of the trucks are funded out of the retained earnings, some are funded out of the general fund. However, you know, it gets to be, what makes it dubious is there are water pipes on every single street. So in the winter, you'd have to plow because if a pipe breaks, you'd have to be able to plow to have access to it. Same thing, you know, for those 4,500 homes that have access to sewer, their sewer pipes are in the street, so you'd have to plow those. So even if this, so that's where it gets to be. Now, we have a process where we've asked the DPW to segregate, so when they're all plowing, it's up to Dan Bowen to send to payroll the breakdown of who's plowing, being funded out of indirect, et cetera.
Gotcha. All right, yeah, it would have been nice if the petitioner had been at the joint meeting so we could get some clarity as to what.
It's all right, you won't get clarity.
Just throwing it out there.
I'll
All
say
right,
it.
okay, so do you want to vote on this?
If you'd like to. I mean, you gave it to Mark, so.
You gave it to Mark. I gave it, I haven't given it to Kyle yet, him too, so.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to wait a week?
I'll talk to him.
Okay, sound good. All right, okay.
I want to say something about 15 and 16.
Okay.
I've never seen a resolution in a warrant before. And according to the moderators, it's always it's non-debatable. So we shouldn't even be moving this.
What does it mean it's non-debatable?
Our rules of the town meeting, per the moderator, is that any resolution is non-debatable. They're heard at the end of the meeting. They have to be in writing if they're a certain length. And the petitioner will be allowed to get up and say what it is. There's no debate. We vote on it. And if it passes, the selectmen are obligated to have a hearing. When is it?
30 days.
30 days, yeah.
30 days thereafter.
And then the selectmen can elect not to do it.
Yeah, they don't have to do it.
Right, they just have the public hearing, they can vote out and put that into consideration.
Nothing to be binding at town meeting.
We can vote it.
Then the town meeting approved the resolution, but it goes to the selectmen for their
I mean, we can
consideration.
vote that. I mean, the
We
town
don't
can vote
recommend
that.
against it.
But we've never had a recommendation that I can remember.
So the person, this petitioner would present it, there'd be no say, hey, what do you
This
mean
is
by
like
that?
a,
There'd be no-
this is like a really, because this is gonna seem appealing at first.
Except when people figure out the cost.
I understand that.
Right.
But don't you need like someone to articulate those
Right.
counterpoints and point out the fact that the state is gonna develop a plan to implement it?
That's why the select board would have the hearing, because under the rules of, it's an up and down vote, it's not debatable, so people, they just make a presentation, town meeting likes it, they can vote it, which more than likely, the resolutions usually the selectmen have to have the hearing.
I think but it's not a bad idea, but is there a group perpetuating this or
Well, it's
proposing?
the petitioner.
Right.
So the
But is it-
petitioner
is it a
doesn't
group-
believe,
is it a group
petitioner
behind
doesn't believe that we are doing enough for green technology. We have the largest, we've done the largest power purchase agreement in the Commonwealth. We've requested to do photovoltaics on everything except we're at the mercy of the power company. I mean, Jimmy Cantwell, Senator Markey, until they put the infrastructure in to capture electricity, the investors who actually put the photovoltaics up don't want to do it. When it comes to the building of the police station, the fire station, the senior center, we've put in as much green technology as we can, from insulation to the type of wood products that we do, to the energy, LED lights. If you really want to start to get into it, it's the same situation. Anyone remembers when we did the high school? If money was not the limit, $4 or $5 million to get to what the petitioner may be looking for. And that
But
makes
also,
it
right, I think the resolution is also deceiving, because it suggests that the requirement for cities and towns to use electric vehicles or hybrids is actually required by the law, and it's not.
Yeah.
The law just requires someone to set an emission target for 2030, not how to do it.
Done. Okay. So we go to town meeting, we get to these two.
Yeah, they're not gonna be, they'll be held out of the lot.
Right. So how do you want to handle it? Like we always did? Was it written down here that, you want us to get up and make a decision on it? We've never done that before. That becomes the big.
In other words, your board will make a recommendation one way or the other?
Well, it's not my board, he's chairman. But what I'm
The
saying,
board.
but we've never done this before. And where it's non-debatable, I don't think we should be giving our opinion.
I'm comfortable with that, you can simply say.
But at the same time, I mean, if you're gonna debate anything, just, you only have, 5 minutes of your own with no dissenting opinion, you could make it sound.
But resolutions are non-debatable.
I know they would get voted on and then, I don't know.
The selectmen would take care of that at their meeting. What do you want us to do? If this could be the start of something,
I think, it's, I don't know what's, I'm not a lawyer, but the advisory board usually gives an opinion. I can't remember the last, we did a resolution a few years
we've
ago.
never given opinions.
So if you don't give an opinion, then,
Really?
It's never been in the warrant.
It's not
It's a
enough
weird
information.
policy. Why would we have a policy?
There's never been articles, there've been resolutions,
Right.
you just made a resolution.
This is just-
Someone will stand at the end of the
And say
meeting and they'll
something.
say something. I agree, this is the first time I can recall seeing it as part of a warrant.
So whatever we do is going to become part of how we do things.
Right.
We either ignore it, which is supposed to be,
But you can take the position, Chair, we can't vote because it's non-debatable, so you're not going to hear from any of the opponents.
Say that again?
That's good.
Because it's non-debatable, your committee's not going to hear from any of the opponents with respect to this.
Do you consider the advisory board recommendation part of the debate?
No.
Like, the debate is when
Yeah,
the
question.
usual suspects get up there. and-
whatever we do, it's going to be how we do things. in
But don't you
future.
think we ought to do it this way going forward, to provide a recommendation?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Not with Mark. No, I think we should, but do you think this is a question for Bob?
it's a question for Bob, I would say.
All right.
No.
Just let me know, you guys.
We need to.
Yeah, so we're meeting again next week anyway, because Don Sherman will be here.
In the
I could have wordsmithed that better.
Same time, same day.
Is it at all possible to meet on Wednesday?
Next week. What do we
Does
got?
that work for?
Does Wednesday work?
I can,
Works for you, right? College, right?
Better than Tuesday.
Really?
I couldn't do Tuesday.
Why do you want-
Nighttime.
Well, you're just right here. It's Tuesday, and you're here, so you're.
So we
I
need-
couldn't do that next Tuesday, not every Tuesday the same.
Oh, okay.
I would check with Michael and the secretary, because
Right, can you do Wednesday?
I will be here Wednesday.
Mark, do you have her, her
All right, so let's meet Wednesday. the
I can get it for
13th
you.
At 6:30,
If I don't have her phone number, I have her email.
Okay.
and I will put the agenda together.
just let us know.
All right.
That's
And then
the 13th.
we put them in.
Yeah, the 13th, whatever,
Go.
I go through.
Okay, what?
What do you got?
So we will have,
That's,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna get a chance to meet with Kevin Cantwell
Right,
till later, so how do we handle it?
so we'll just have to punt on that until before the town meeting, I guess.
Either that or, you know what,
Either that or-
huh?
I mean, I actually, I have,
they start on Wednesday.
I have Kevin's cell phone.
So do I.
Talk to,
So what I'm thinking is maybe we either just get him on a Zoom call, Donnie, the three of us, on a Zoom call, if that's easier for you.
Unless you're
Johnny
against something,
tried.
unless you're
I
against
mean,
something,
the funding is there.
we can't do anything except vote it up and down.
right,
And we've always supported this
Yeah,
stuff.
and I mean, the funding is there. The thing that before this COVID, we used to be able to go to all their hearings, and then they can remote, and so
Right.
it's not
That's
as
we're doing
easy.
it Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday, yes,
6:30.
Wednesday at 6:30. You should be.
Maybe we can work
so much.
with Kevin. Call.
Do it, do
Yeah.
it.
So I'm
And
gonna,
then, yeah.
go ahead.
I was just- We may try to work with Kevin
Okay,
through some remote
all right,
process to see if we can come up with.
okay,
Another day, yeah.
Well, we've got it, maybe we can lump it all, get it all done,
yeah, all right,
and
So we're done by next Wednesday.
yes.
we'll try like crazy to get it done.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I
try.
try back to the,
It's a volunteer board, though. Do the best you can.
well, the skills to do
That's
this.
what it is, a
You
big.
should never get fired. You never get fired.
Even
I
if we
mean,
try.
Well, I was just saying, the one that the Mayo had and the
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Because
Well, we'll just put all the DPWs and the CPA ones next week. Okay, I'm gonna punt on the minutes just so I have a chance to look at those, and we'll do all that, next Wednesday. So,
Vote on the minutes.
yeah, just go for this next Wednesday. If you have a chance to look at them, just take a look. Anything else? I don't think there's, okay, I adjourn the meeting at 7:15.
Sounds good.
All right. Awesome, guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. I will post the meeting.